sounded sus.
I'm here to help you.
Tracker returns CBS Sunday, October 13th, kicking off CBS Premiere Week and streaming on Paramount+.
Start the sound of fire now. Our lows tonight will be super duper chilly. Stay here to find out what's ahead the rest of the week. Live from downtown Marquette, it's your 19 News.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, millions of dollars are heading to a company in the UP for new facilities that will help produce nickel for electric vehicle batteries. We'll have the details. Plus, the city of Iron Mountain is looking to fill positions in their fire department. We'll hear how understaffed they are. And we'll break down some of this past weekend's popular events, including the Parade of Nations in Houghton. Your 19 News at 11 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 11.
Air, you were not lying when you said it was going to be a chilly one out there tonight. What a difference from last week. How are we looking right now?
I don't lie, I just speak the truth and tell you what's going on. Right now, we've got temperatures already dropping into the 40s. As Kevin mentioned, we do have a chilly one out there tonight. We could even see some upper 30s, especially along that Wisconsin border and that western interior. So if you're in one of those pockets where you get those colder temperatures, expect to be very chilly this evening into your forecast for tomorrow. But the good news is we are warming up later on this week. I'll go over those details as well as when we could see some rain with Futurecast.
Thanks, Air. A Michigan technology business is receiving major government funding to expand its operations to the Marquette area. WZMQ reporter Samuel McKnight talked to the company expanding the EV industry in the UP.
Houghton-based EV technology company Revex will be receiving nearly $200 million from the state of Michigan to expand its nickel extraction operations to the Marquette area.
What's so exciting about it is that it addresses a critical national need, right? We know that we need more nickel in order to produce batteries, whether for energy storage or for electric vehicles.
The funding comes from a combination of grants and state funds that aim to expand Michigan-based industries.
This is really an all-hands-on-deck effort to bring a project to the Upper Peninsula that can have a sustainable economic benefit for the community.
With the government funding, Revex will begin a three-part project to build 3 new facilities in Marquette County to help extract usable resources from Eagle Mine waste products.
It takes the tailings out of the mine and it extracts material that we need, and it creates zero carbon nickel out of it and sulfuric acid, which is used for making battery-grade materials.
The new facilities will also help make mining safer for the environment and the community.
Right now, the tailings are there. It's got sulfuric acid in it. You can't get rid of that liability. We're going to be extracting that sulfuric acid. So it's going to make it so that it's much more manageable long-term.
The finished project will also bring lots of new jobs and important infrastructure to the UP.
All these jobs will be local. There'll be 115 new jobs at Revex and Eagle Mine, and they'll all be, good paying, clean tech jobs.
Samuel McKnight, WZMQ 19 News, Marquette.
Revex hopes to start the project sometime in mid to late 2025. The Iron Mountain Fire Department is looking to hire new full-time staff as they deal with staffing shortages. WZMQ's Iron Mountain Bureau reporter Amy Doyle has the details on their hiring process and future plans.
After the retirement of Deputy Director Jeff Friedenstab, the Iron Mountain Fire Department is working to fill his vacant position. The department is running physical agility tests this week as part of the process, aiming to ease the burden of overtime on its current staff.
The test that we're running today is to fill the current vacancy that we have. The full-time posting that we put out there, that is to hire an additional firefighter because our fire department is low staffed.
The application period is still open, and the department has received about 10 applications so far. They plan to close the window soon, with interviews and more tests to follow.
We've been gathering applications for about 3 weeks now, and I believe the posting is good until the end of September.
Looking ahead, the department is also considering launching a local fire training academy to help train new firefighters in-house, with plans to have the program in place by spring.
Just waiting for them to pretty much sort out a curriculum. They mentioned January. That could be a little bit early for it, but it would definitely be nice to start something by early spring.
In the meantime, the department is preparing for a major shift in their work schedules, moving to a 48-hour on, 96-hour off rotation next month, which should provide firefighters with more time off between shifts.
So we changed our schedule officially from a 24-48 schedule to a 48-96 schedule. So we'll be working 48 hours and then hopefully getting 96 hours off.
The Iron Mountain Fire Department is encouraging qualified candidates interested in a full-time position to apply as soon as they can. Amy Doyle, WZMQ 19 News, Iron Mountain.
With rising enrollment, NMU approved a balanced budget with nearly $6 million more than last year. Our John Truitt has those details.
On Friday, the Northern Michigan University Board of Trustees approved an operating budget of close to $131 million, which includes $2.6 million in new investments. The university was able to maintain a balanced budget due to higher enrollment and a state appropriation boost of 1.6%. The 24-25 budget is an increase of nearly $5.8 million from the previous fiscal year. NMU's total enrollment is up nearly 3%. NMU Vice President for Finance and Administration Gavin Leach says the university is in good financial shape and looking forward to further expansion.
We're in a good spot as a university. We're making key investments to grow in the future. We're making key investments to help students succeed. And we're creating really great atmosphere for academics as well as a living environment on campus, which I think will pose us for a great future here.
Leach says another priority is to increase student housing units in residence halls and student apartments.
About 400 new beds as our residence halls are pretty full, as well as our apartments, and we're looking to continue to grow that population.
The budget also included a sizable investment in faculty and staff, the school's wellness programs, and a new college of business.
We received state capital outlay authorization. We're working on plans to get the construction authorization to move forward on that program. Construction will probably be about a year out from the approval, which we expect sometime this fall.
Leach is confident that NMU will continue to grow with facilities that are best in class. In Marquette, John Truitt, WZMQ 19 News.
A display of cultural pride, a test of endurance, and communities supporting mental health. WZMQ's Sarah Blakely takes a look back at UP events in the weekend rewind.
Thousands lined the streets of downtown Houghton for the annual Parade of Nations, one of Michigan Tech University's biggest and most iconic events. Hundreds of students, faculty, and community members showed their cultural pride, waving flags and dressing in traditional clothing.
The parade is different every year, so it's always a new experience depending on what the international students bring in and stuff.
The parade, with 55 nations represented, trekked from Michigan Tech's Rosé Center, down Sheldon Avenue, and ending at the D Stadium for the Multicultural Festival, where there was a smorgasbord of foods from all around the world. It's been a staple event in the Keweenaw since 1989, celebrating the vast diversity in the Copper Country.
Downtown Iron Mountain today is just buzzing.
In Dickinson County, hundreds of runners laced up their shoes for the annual Run Iron Mountain. More than just a jog through the city, the 2-mile, 5K, 10K, and half marathon races are also a fundraiser for local charities. This year's beneficiaries included Northwood's Air Lifeline, the Dickinson County Cancer Loan Closet, and the Kingsford Area Little League team.
This race really started as a way to not only have a great event, but to also give back to our community. And so we've continued to do that over the last 11 years, and we will continue to do it into the future.
You can check out the full race results at superiortiming.com.
Great job, ladies. Especially here in a rural area, there's not enough mental health services available for the people who need it.
And a show of support for mental health, those struggling and those helping. Iron Mountain residents also took a walk around town for the 7th annual Hope to Help Suicide Awareness Walk, organized by Dickinson Iron Communities That Care. Over 400 people gathered in the downtown plaza for raffles, children's activities, live music, and a display of local resources offering support and counseling to those who need help.
I want to help erase the stigma. So here we are having a family-friendly event, talking about a serious issue, to show that those two things don't have to be mutually exclusive. Our families are important to us, And this is a way that they can start to broach that conversation. It's a heavy topic.
DICTC's goal is to highlight the importance of having open and honest conversations around mental health and how people can participate in QPR suicide prevention training, or Question, Persuade, Refer. It's a 1-hour course to help people respond to those in a crisis.
Yeah, it's not a once-a-year topic. Suicide awareness is important every day.
You can find a link to more mental health resources at WZMQ19.com. That's the Weekend Rewind. I'm Sarah Blakely, WZMQ 19 News.
You can read more about these stories at WZMQ19.com. Air has your first warning weather forecast coming up after the break. Plus, medical experts are calling for more people to get vaccinated for the flu. And new reports show that scams involving the real estate industry are rising throughout the world. We'll tell you about some of the most recent schemes. We're back in 2 minutes.
Sophia Murphy reports at 6 and 11 on WZMQ 19 News.
What's happening in Washington affects you directly here in the Upper Peninsula. I'm Rachel Knapp.
And I'm Brendan Scanlon. We track the issues and positions of the elected lawmakers you send to Washington.
We're on Capitol Hill every day reporting on what you care about most.
Education, your money, student loans, health care, safety, and privacy.
Coverage you can count on live from our bureau in America's capital.
Only here on WZMQ 19 News.
John's Auto has been voted the #1 dealer to buy pre-owned vehicle for longer than I've been alive. If you're looking for a vehicle, or if you're looking for someone to help with your current car, or if you need to get yours looking like new again, come see us at John's Auto Sales and Service, Marquette.
This week, Colbert's got Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, Kate Winslet, Bill Gates, and RuPaul takes the Colbert Questionnaire. New this week on CBS.
Get an 11% rebate at Menards. Mastercraft makes great doors inside and out. Choose from our in-stock selection or design your door your way in store and on Menards.com. Get this 3-panel interior door for $119.99 after rebate. Shop our huge selection of window images window treatments. 2-inch cordless faux wood blinds are room darkening for light control and privacy. Plus, they can be cut to width for free. Just $24.89 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Shop our huge selection of Amish-crafted dining room sets at Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. Browse our large in-stock collection and customize with a special order. With 1-year no-interest financing available, plus free delivery. Shop Kirkish Furniture today.
Is your parents' car sounding funny? Do you hear any clunks, rattles, squeaks, or leaks? Tell them to call John's Auto Service Department for fast, friendly, and affordable service. Come see us at John's Auto Sales and Service, Marquette.
Now, award-winning WZMQ 19 First Warning Weather with Air Stasic.
Well, your morning may look similar to this as we are expecting some patchy frost conditions, mostly in that west interior where we definitely see those temperatures dropping down into the mid to upper 30s overnight. So you might need to get out that ice scraper. Remember those? And so we've got that going on until Tuesday morning. Specifically, if we look at Iron River earlier, I was looking at that around 4 a.m., 6 a.m. Those temperatures could be around 38 degrees. That's 3 10s and 8 1s. My goodness, we've got a cold one tonight. Patchy fog is also possible along the Wisconsin border. As we take a look here, most of that starting around midnight and then 5 a.m. Look at this, reduced visibility down to 3/10 of a mile in Iron River, a little under 5 miles for Iron Mountain. That's eventually going to go away though around 10 a.m. But if your commute is in those early morning hours till around 9, you could expect some reduced visibility. So make sure you've got those low beams on and giving extra space. All right, speaking of time, sunrise today was around 7:39 in the morning, sunset 7:44. Now looking ahead to next week, yeah, we are definitely seeing the daylight decreasing. Say it ain't so, but yeah, we have the seasonal change, so our times are definitely affected. And look at next month. On the 23rd of October, that sunrise is going to be around 8:49 in the morning. So basically losing, as we go, around 3 minutes every day of daylight. So get it while you can. For tomorrow, we're looking at mostly sunny skies once that fog and frost clear out. Those temperatures fairly mild in the 60s for the most part. And then we are warming up on Wednesday and even warmer on Thursday. Could be a little bit breezy along the Keweenaw Peninsula for our Wednesday. We're looking at mostly sunny skies. And then we do have some chances of rain, mostly for the eastern portion of the UP tomorrow. Here's a look at our highs. I mentioned they're going to be in the 60s. Here in Marquette, we'll hit around 61 around noon or 1 o'clock. So it's going to be brisk, baby. Let's take a look with Futurecast when we could see those sprinkles, maybe even in Dickinson, Menominee, and Delta counties there in the morning. But overall, if we do have any showers, it's going to be primarily concentrated over here in the far eastern corner and definitely over the lower peninsula. So heads up there if you're headed that way. Then we'll see things kind of clearing out on our Wednesday for mostly sunny skies like we talked about. I'm very much looking forward to these warmer temperatures. Our average so far for the end of September, or the whole month, is around 51 degrees. So we're a little bit cooler than normal. Rain, we're fairly dry. Usually we average around 3 inches for the month of September, and we've seen way less than that. Taking a look at the rest of the week, look at those lows. Will warm up a little bit to the mid-50s.
All right, thanks, Sarah. Federal health officials are warning that a drop in vaccinations in the United States may have led to an increase in pediatric flu deaths. Jared Hill has more.
Ready? Amanda Roost loves a good fall day at the park with her kids, but she says preparing for flu season is serious business.
We're traveling, we're going to be exposing them to all different kinds of people in different scenarios. We are subjecting them to that. I feel like we're kind of responsible for getting them covered.
Federal health officials are getting the word out that flu vaccination can be life-saving for children, and now is the time to do it. The CDC reported nearly 200 children died from the flu last season. Most were eligible for the flu vaccine, but did not receive one.
I think, unfortunately, coming out of the COVID pandemic, we have seen a rise in vaccine skepticism, people less willing to get vaccinated. And as we've seen with the pediatric flu vaccines, that has led to increased hospitalizations as well as, unfortunately, some deaths.
The American Academy of Pediatrics recommends everyone 6 months and older get the annual flu vaccine. But the uptake was down last year. Just 54% of kids got vaccinated.
Sometime, say before Thanksgiving, say mid-November, you want to get your flu shot, your COVID shot. But that said, whenever you can get it done, you should get it done, even if it's a bit earlier than that.
Children under 5 are at high risk for flu complications, as well as older adults, pregnant women, people with underlying conditions like asthma, diabetes, and heart disease, and the immunocompromised.
My kids who can sustain it can contribute more to the keeping the flu at bay.
They're protecting themselves and their community.
Real estate and rental cybercrimes are happening nationwide. According to the FBI, there are nearly 70,000 reported instances of real estate and rental cybercrimes, with over $1.4 billion lost from 2018 to 2023. Ushar Karishi takes a look at how these scams work.
One way scammers are targeting people is by posing as government programs for low-income housing on social media. For example, this is a PSA about a fraudulent Section 8 housing ad from a scammer using Facebook. People fill out an application thinking they're getting on a wait list or applying to low-income housing. Instead, scammers steal their information to commit fraud, according to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. Another one is fraudulent housing listings. They often promote a low price, use fake, copied, or doctored photos, and request upfront payments. Seller impersonation fraud is an example of this. These are emails where the scammer attempted to impersonate the legitimate owner of a vacant property and steal funds from the sale. To make sure you don't become the victim of a scam, make sure to do your research. If a price seems super low, compare it to other homes in the area and verify. Ask for official documentation. Cross-check information by making sure the contact information lines up with the property owner listed on an official website. And be wary of anyone trying to make a hard sell or pushing for upfront costs before a housing agreement is signed. Bottom line, if something seems off, take a pause and do your due diligence. And if it seems too good to be true, it probably is.
Still to come on your 19 News at 11, a U.S. astronaut is glad to be back on Earth after spending about 6 months in space. We'll be right back.
Hi friends, Richard Karn here.
Now, I'm known as the guy who can fix just about anything, but the technology in most appliances requires very special training to fix. And that's why my family has Choice Home Warranty.
Choice Home Warranty covers over 25 major home systems and appliances. That's your AC, heating, plumbing, kitchen and laundry appliances, and so much more.
Imagine for less than a cup of coffee a day, Choice Home Warranty can help protect you from expensive major system and appliance breakdowns that your homeowner's insurance doesn't cover.
Call Choice Home Warranty now and get access to a nationwide network of over 15,000 technicians and the latest appointment setting technology so you'll know when they're on their way.
So, do what this old DIYer did and call Choice Home Warranty now before something breaks down.
Get protection for your heating, AC, plumbing, kitchen and laundry appliances, and more. Call for your free quote today. Call in the next 5 minutes and get your first month free. 800-418-1754. 800-418-1754.
My passion is keeping the UP informed. After 30 years telling you about what's going on outside your house, I'm now running for state representative to keep you informed about what's going on in Lansing. We deserve a representative who will listen, learn, and lead on the issues that matter for the UP. I'll always put Peninsula over politics. With your vote, I'll work with anyone and everyone to bring clearer skies for Upper Peninsula families.
Room with a view. That's what you get with the powerful new Toyota Tundra.
The electrified iForce Max powertrain can deliver up to 437 horsepower.
And this was easy. Tundra can tow up to 12,000 pounds.
And it's got the best resale value in its class.
Now you can make room for a new 24 Tundra and get 3.99 APR financing for 72 months, $2,000 customer cash, or a low $449 a month lease.
Nobody knows trucks like Toyota. Let's go places. You're watching WZMQ 19 News, live and local, with Kevin Hodge.
Welcome back, everyone. The presidential candidates are focusing their efforts on the key battleground states with 6 weeks to go before Election Day. New polling shows Vice President Kamala Harris holds a small edge over former President Donald Trump across those states, helped in part by a slight improvement in voters' views on the economy. Skylar Henry has more on Campaign 2024 from Washington.
Former President Donald Trump returned to Pennsylvania for a Monday night rally.
Kamala Harris is reportedly given a speech in Pittsburgh. You know, her speeches are very short. About her plan to, quote, build wealth. She doesn't know anything about building wealth.
The latest CBS News Battleground Tracker poll shows the race a dead heat in the Keystone State.
What really counts are the battleground states, the key states that will decide the election in the Electoral College, and there it's much tighter. It's +2 Harris. This represents a small shift towards Harris following the debate.
No second debate is scheduled between Harris and Trump. Over the weekend, the vice president said she has accepted an invitation to debate, but so far, Trump is saying he has no plans to do it.
Join me on the debate stage. Let's have another debate. There's more to talk about, and the voters of America deserve to hear the conversations that I think we should be having on substance, on issues, on policies. What's your plan? What's my plan?
Trump says it's too late, adding that early voting is already getting underway. This week, Trump is on a battleground state blitz, which includes stops in North Carolina, Georgia, and Michigan. Harris is also ramping up her campaign schedule with stops planned in Pennsylvania, Arizona, and Nevada.
The man accused of trying to assassinate Donald Trump at his golf course was denied bail today after prosecutors revealed chilling new details, including a letter which he allegedly admitted to targeting the former president. Scott McFarland has those developments.
Department of Justice investigators revealed today when Ryan Ruth was arrested, they found 6 phones, phony license plates, a passport, and directions to Mexico in the car. Months earlier, Ruth allegedly left a handwritten letter in a box. It said, "Dear World, this was an assassination attempt." Prosecutors also revealed more of what happened 1 week ago Sunday at former President Donald Trump's West Palm Beach golf course. A Secret Service agent allegedly spotted Ruth's face, then the barrel of the semi-automatic poking out of the bushes near the 6th hole. Trump was on the 5th hole, an estimated 12 to 15 minutes away. Once the agent saw the gun move, prosecutors say the agent opened fire and Ruth took off.
He made swift decisions and took a swift action to be able to mitigate that.
No shot was fired at the former president.
The feds say Ruth's gun had 11 rounds with 1 bullet in the chamber. Ruth's backpack allegedly had bulletproof armor inside. They told the judge it was a sniper position, something you see in a movie or a war zone.
For now, it's a firearms case. It will not be so for long. Within weeks, the federal prosecutors will expand the list of charges.
During an interview Sunday, Trump talked about the risks in playing golf.
Well, I used to play golf a little bit. That gave me, so I don't know, but it seems to be quite a dangerous sport in retrospect.
Prosecutors said their probe also found Ruth's cell phone records indicate he was in proximity to Mar-a-Lago from mid-August to mid-September multiple times and had a handwritten schedule of Trump's upcoming public events.
In other national headlines, welcome back Tracy Dyson. The NASA astronaut departed the International Space Station this morning and landed back on Earth several hours later. Leah Michigan reports from London.
Some hugs goodbye, a wave, and off they went.
The pre-undocking checks were completed.
3 crew members, including NASA astronaut Tracy Dyson, undocked from the International Space Station Monday morning to head back to Earth.
During my previous missions, we were assembling the space station.
Flight engineer Dyson spent about 6 months aboard the ISS. According to NASA, her mission spanned 2,944 orbits of the Earth, a 78 million mile journey.
To come here and do science.
Also on board the Soyuz capsule, Russian cosmonauts Nikolai Chub and Oleg Kononenko, who both completed the longest continuous stay at the orbiting lab, 374 days.
There is the jettisoning of the heat shield right on time.
According to NASA, Kononenko completed his 5th flight into space, clocking an all-time record of 1,111 days in orbit. And touchdown. The Soyuz landed on the steppe of Kazakhstan.
A textbook touchdown on the steppe of
The crew was helped off the spacecraft one by one and welcomed back to Earth.
It's officially fall, and businesses in Manistique's west side are inviting the community to celebrate the new season this weekend. The annual West Side Flannel Fest will take over Deer Street on Saturday. The family-friendly festival features live music, food trucks, more than 40 craft vendors, chainsaw carving, euchre and pool tournaments, bounce houses, face painting, and raffles. The owner of Westside Tobacco and more says Flannel Fest also shines a spotlight on businesses located outside of the downtown.
Majority of the festivals we have here on the east side of town, there's more businesses on that side. We're trying to change that year after year, trying to get some of these empty buildings filled on this side of town and just bring everybody out. It's just going to be a day for everybody to get together on this side of town and have fun.
Westside Flannel Fest begins at 11 a.m. and continues until 6 p.m. Air has your final look at weather. When we come back, she tells us what our morning commutes are looking like in the Outlook in 2 minutes.
Choice Hotels is a family of brands with a hotel for any traveler you want to be. Like #1 Chef Dad cooking up a free hot breakfast for the entire family at a comfort hotel.
Mom made this.
I added the garnish. Book direct at choicehotels.com.
It'll be raining cats and dogs again. Time to waterproof with Gorilla.
Waterproof with Gorilla?
Yeah!
Gorilla Waterproof Patch and Seal.
Of course.
Spray it, tape it, spread it, brush it to stop and prevent leaks. For the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
Looking out across the UP, you know it's a place worth fighting for, but it's a balance. Protect our economy and workers and safeguard our way of life. That's why I support the Clean Water Plan to hold polluters accountable and protect our water. It's why I fought for mining and logging jobs, and I'll always stand up to my party when they're wrong. Now I'm working to make housing more affordable and make the UP energy independent, because my job is looking out for you.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Add comfort to your living space with carpet from Marquee Industries. Stargazer carpet is soft and luxurious, making it perfect for your home. Plus, it has a attached pad for easy installation. Only $129 per square foot after rebate. Organize your home with Closet Made. We carry everything you need to maximize your space in closets, pantries, laundry rooms, and more. This Closet Made closet kit is $168.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards. First Bank, where it's all about people.
Temps currently down in the 50s as well as some 40s. Remember that patchy fog expected on that interior Wisconsin-Michigan border, as well as some chances of frost. Look at these morning temperatures, 35 to about 50 degrees. Eventually we'll see some 60s, possibly low 70s tomorrow. We're expecting mostly sunny skies, but it is going to feel quite frigid out there. The good news is, though, my friends, we've got warmer days coming up. Look at that Thursday temperature for Iron Mountain, close to 80 degrees, but not too hot. And then looking at our average peak times for the fall leaf color change, usually for the UP, it is in early mid-October. Currently, though, we've got just some patchy to little or no change in those leaves, but it is on the way. Your 7-day outlook for Escanaba, we've got a high of around 73 on Wednesday. Another cold night, though, ahead on Tuesday and Wednesday evening, but then we'll see warmer temperatures later on.
Thanks, Aaron. Finally tonight, for many people, jigsaws are a relaxing, low-energy pastime. But at the World Jigsaw Championships, competitors are speed building for trophies. The 4-day event in Spain gathers 3,500 of the best puzzlers working individually or in teams for the chance to be crowned champion. World Jigsaw Championships have been taking place since 2019, but since the coronavirus pandemic, the interest in speed jigsaw puzzle tournaments has really taken off. Over 4 days, 3,500 puzzlers competed in individual, pair, or team competitions.
It's very special to be able to give yourself like an adrenaline kick at home at a Sunday morning just doing a puzzle, because that's what I feel when I do a puzzle really quick. Yeah, so that's a really special feeling.
In the individual final, competitors have 75 minutes to complete a 500-piece puzzle. And that's all the time we have for you tonight. We'll see you tomorrow.
19 News is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture.
This week, Colbert's got Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, Kate Winslet, Bill Gates, and RuPaul takes the Colbert Questionnaire. New this week on CBS.
I'm Melissa Slotkin, and I'm running to be your next U.S. Senator. My life in public service